Vampires, be warned. Alright, so yeah, I just did a few minutes in the portrait, and now I'm going to try to do the same thing again in the landscape, and I'll find out which one works the best. Okay, because shout out to my man Don Suave for helping me out uh, with cutting some of this together so I can keep you all updated as to what's taking so daggone long. I'm asking myself. Good grief. Anyway, there's a lot going on. And it's time consuming to make. This is the original, this is my original process here that we're talking about. This is not like the Uncle Brothers you're going to, you remember. These are literally. Now wait a minute, shout out, I just heard from Sam. Sam remembers. And Sam was one of the people that was honest with me in the beginning. Sam told me when I put out the retail ready, Uncle Brothers. He said, it's good, but it's not like what you used to do. I said, yeah, but it's not bad. It's good. Now, that was before all the 30 awards. So, I don't know. Sam still, he had to recognize that, it still was good because it won all those awards. You know what I'm saying, Sam? Anyway, but this is gonna be what you remember. Well, Sam used to told me back in the day that what you all know and love just wasn't quite what this is. So trust me, you will not regret the wait or stepping up to be like the first to jump on board with a brother and his mission, which is to get you your ALLSAUCE. Okay, so like I said, garlic is smoking today and should be most of the day, but it'll be done. So scheduling to do the processing and get it in the bottles here pretty soon. Got to find out when that can happen. In the meantime, I got still some more processing to do with the ginger and the garlic, and then we're gonna be looking at the days, the scheduling days, the processing days, packaging days. Okay. So I was saying that Bill P had asked the question: Do I have electric smoker, or am I using a what do we call it? Manual, organic, natural smoker. It's electric. It has a consistent. I can set the temperature. Let the temperature. It's got a monitor. Got a little diode in there to monitor the temperature and keep it consistent, or within a range. So I don't have to watch it as closely as I do when I'm using the charcoal, which you may have noticed a little smoke coming from the kettle behind me today. Yeah, might show a little bit about what I got going on over there. We'll see. But yeah, with the charcoal, I find I have to check every hour. Make sure that everything is burning evenly. When I say burning, I'm looking at the charcoals. And, I usually offset on each side of the kettle. Try to do an even number, but what often happens is one side will outburn the other. So I check every hour, refresh, make sure it stays consistent. Now with the electric, I don't what I do, I just move things around, because with I am using the Traeger. No, don't have an endorsement, but I find it has a couple hot spots, so I got to be careful, make sure I keep things rotating, and the hot spots, things don't stay in the hot spots too long, get overdone. It's not that, it's not really a terrible problem though. So overall, I'm very happy with the Traeger, with the electric. But I will say that I'm have to work around the hot spots. Yeah, but this is just, to get this ball rolling. This is not going to be the consistent way. This is for these small, intimate batches that I'll be making for you for the time being. Now, UncleBrutha gonna be making songs for you like this from now until eternity. We'll figure something out. So yeah, we'll figure something out. Garlic's going, some on the kettle. So yeah, I'll be back with some more updates again. Thank you. Shout out to Don Suave for cutting some of this together to make a video, so I can update everybody on what's going on. And let me just make sure that everybody understands just how much I appreciate what you've done and what you're doing to support my efforts to bring you to relaunch UncleBrutha's AllStars. This is you're absolutely amazing. I can't thank you enough. I really can't. This is fantastic. The number of you who've stepped up right off the bat, and even despite me being a little bit behind here, you get it. You understand. I'm pushing. I'm doing the best. I overpromised. I'm so sorry I overpromised, and I'm under-delivering. That's like rule number one, not to break. And you've been so understanding. I can't thank you enough for that. So yeah, I want everybody to understand that part. Just how much I really appreciate what you're doing, and thank you. Thank you. Really, seriously, thank you. Thank you so much. And like I was saying, it'll be worth the wait. You won't regret it. This is going all the way back to what Sam remembers from, what I used to bring to the sets back in the day in LA, shooting videos. Yeah, that was some fun days. But Sam will remember, this is what's coming, Sam. That's what you remember from back in the video set days. Yeah. When was that? The late. It was early aughts. Yeah, early aughts. Wow, late 90s, early aughts. Wow. 20-some years ago. Man, time flies. It's all good. Feels like just yesterday. The funny part is, I feel better than I did then. Yes, no, that's not true. I was doing pretty good back then. I was doing pretty good health-wise. Still wasn't eating right. Completely. Still learning. Still had a lot to learn about what it meant for me to eat right. How about that? A lot of which I understand a lot better now than I did then. Okay? So, but this is not, I'm not talking too much about that right now. This is about the sauce, which was always supposed to be a healthy sauce. Not always, but quickly the mission, the agenda became for it to be a healthy sauce. You know, not just any sauce. I didn't want, it was because of the artificial colors and high soda, high salt content in some of the other sauces that, motivated me to want to do my own hot wing sauce. So, and that's what this all started, where this all started, was with hot wings. Oh, you know the story, right? My coworkers and I used to hit happy hour and always order hot wings and never liked them because there was nothing much to them except maybe some cayenne pepper and vinegar, and butter maybe, or something like butter. That was pretty much what hot wings were like back in those days. This would have been, oh wow, 30 plus years ago, when I was first put up to the task of making some hot wings. But then I combined a bunch of already available products and came up with a great flavor, and everybody loved it, and I kept making them and using all these other products, and then I said, I got to be able to do this consistently and from scratch without buying a whole bunch of other products that, I'm just mixing up. So that's what got me started, and I don't know, took over a period of about 10 years. I just kept trying different combinations of ingredients until I got to something that I liked as much as what I had done with the combining of other products. And that's what became UncleBrutha's All Sauce number 10. That was actually the first sauce I created, number 10. Everybody thinks it was number 9 because number 9 comes before 10. I came up with that because number 9 wasn't quite as hot. The green sauce wasn't quite as hot as the number 10. So I had come up with 10 because 10 was like the number that everybody looked at was the number for heat and hot when it comes to hot sauce. So all sauce number 10, so you know it's hot. And then I did all sauce number 9, so you know it's not quite as hot. But the telltale is what's in the rest of the name. Number 10, 4 chilies and garlic. Number 9, chile verde, green chili, garlic and ginger. There you go. So green chili being specifically serrano. And that's the category in which it won. The golden chili, by the way, specific. So yeah, that's why it's called number 9, number 10. It wasn't, that I made the number 9 first, or I sat down and planned it that way. No, it just happened. I was coming up with names. Call it my lack of creativity. Whatever you want to call it, I don't care. But it's what I did. The main thing is the sauce. You love the sauce. I loved it. So I'm happy that you love it because I made it to my taste buds specifications. I didn't set out to match any particular or try to outdo any other particular thing. I was just, matter of fact, number 9 came one day when I had leftover serranos, because I decided I was going to use equal amounts of each of the chilies. And so one time I had some leftover serranos. I bought a whole bunch of something. I don't remember what I had, but I said, can I do with these? I said, what else do I like flavor-wise when I cook? Or, of course, garlic. I love garlic. Always using some garlic. Maybe that's how I've kept all the vampires away all these years. Or have I? Um, what else? Garlic. How about some ginger? Yeah, ginger. What else? I think the next thing I said, well, now it's not so green anymore. Let me put something else green in here. I said, what else green that I like? Green onion. Yeah, I like green onion. I like the flavor. Color, perfect. Let's put some green onion in. What else is green that I like the flavor? Cilantro. Yeah, that would be. Wow, what would that do? So I put, and when I do that, I just add, start dropping some in a little bit at a time and taste and see what happens. And I noticed that the cilantro was taking on this little citrusy effect, note. I said, wow, this is really interesting. So, I like this. And I had to play around with it a little bit. And, I think Sam is one. I thought, as I recall, the first time I brought the green one around, Sam was like, I like number 10 better. It's alright. It's okay. I like number 10. No, number 10's my favorite. But Sam, just hear me out. No, number 10. Number 10. I like the red one. This was alright. This was okay. Not my favorite. Not my favorite. Sam did not hold back. Sam is number 10 man. So yeah. That's how number 9 came about. There was no plan. It just happened. It just emerged. That's all I can say. It just emerged. Same with number 10. They just emerged. Number 10, now I did set out to make a more flavorful hot wing. Okay, that I will admit with number 10. But it did still emerged. I had never made hot wings before. Howard told me how his mother made hot wings. Howard Lightner, what's going on? And it just, I said, oh, okay. I see the technique. I like the process, her process, but what was involved in the process, I thought could be different, and that's I think what sets it apart. Yeah. So anyway, I did set out to make a more flavorful hot wing, and that's how number 10 came about. And then with number 9, that one just emerged. It just happened. It was just an inspiration when I had some leftover Serranos one day. And it emerged. So, there you go. How about that? Alright, so it was chilly when I got out here. 4 or 5, what was it? No, it wasn't quite that early. But yes, it's starting to be a wonderful, beautiful day. The smoke is permeating the air. The smell of smoking garlic is permeating the air. I don't know if my neighbors are very happy about that, but hey. So yes, this is the time-consuming part of it, and this is how I used to do it back in the day. I used to let it take. Everything took its time. I was making one stock pot at a time then. So now it's like a bigger pot now. But the same thing, same process. This is not what you guys are missing. Uh-oh, some skeptics. Trust me. That's why I told you this story about Sam. Sam was like, yeah, the retail stuff is good, but, it's just not like you used to do it. Sam has always told me the truth. Appreciate you, Sam. But yet, they won all those awards and won all your hearts. So, let's see what happens with the originals. Okay. Not what you wound up with. Okay. Now, if Sam is any measure, I hope y'all ready. I hope y'all are ready. That's all I can say. I hope you ready. All right. I think that's enough to work with. So I'll be hollering at you. Peace.